Bonjour, bonsoir, and welcome to another video explaining what we did in class. We worked on verbs and we worked on subject pronouns. We'll be working on 3 verbs apart from the subject pronoun. The 3 verbs are the verb être, which you have here. I want you to look at the ending of the verb, which I've put in red. It has a purpose, so just remember that this verb ends in re, this verb ends in ir, and this verb ends in er. So you have 3 different endings. Keep that in your mind: être, avoir, and aller. Apart from that, we'll look at also the subject pronouns. All right? Let's look at the subject pronouns. In French, they're called les pronoms sujets. Les pronoms sujets. Pronom is a pronoun, sujet is a subject. Now, since you know, I told you, if you have a good knowledge of English, you wouldn't have any problem with French, because the 80% of the words look the same and the structure is the same. So when you look at the word pronom, you understand it is pronoun, and the word sujet is a subject. And just like in English, you have various subject pronouns that you have to spend time and memorize, and they will be with you till the end of the course and even after, if you choose to use the language in your career. All right? So let's look at the pronouns. Just like in English, you have singular pronouns and you have plural pronouns. So first we will look at the singular pronouns. The first one is je. Je. It's either je or j apostrophe. When do you use j apostrophe? When the verb starts with a vowel. All right? So this is the first person singular. First person singular. Je. And what does it mean? You already know it. It means I. Je. Next we have tu. Second person singular. Tu. Singular, you. And then you have your third person singulars. Just like in English, you have 3. The first one is il. Il, masculine form, third person singular. In French, it means either he or it. Il. Elle, third person singular, but feminine form. You look at it, you know it's feminine, right? Because of the double consonant E. Remember, I told you in class, double consonant E means it is feminine. So this is either she. If it refers to a thing or an animal, it means it. Okay? And then you have this impersonal pronoun or, which is translated as one. And for example, if you want to say in India, one doesn't eat a lot of meat, that is the pronoun or. It's a neutral pronoun that has no gender, and that it means everybody. In Chennai, one speaks Tamil. Instead of saying everyone speaks Tamil, you say one speaks Tamil. Okay? So or is a neutral pronoun. Is that clear? So these are your singular pronouns. First person plural is je. Second person plural is tu. Third person plural, you have 3. Il, elle, on. Je means I. Tu means you, singular. Il means he or it. Elle is she or it. On means one. Je, tu, il, elle, on. Let's go on to the plural forms. First person plural is we. We are going, we are eating, we are speaking, we. It's pronounced as nous, the S is silent. Vous, once again the S is silent, it means you. Now this you is equivalent to either the informal, the formal singular, when you're talking to someone in a single person in a formal way, Ninga in Tamil. I don't know what the Hindi word is, so I'm not going to bother you with that. But vous means you when you're talking to a group of people, or in a formal situation when you're addressing somebody with respect. Vous. Next you have il, the plural form of il. Il, S is once again silent, it means they. And elle, I do not pronounce the S, they. So listen to them once again. Je, tu, il, elle, on. Je, tu, il, elle, on. The plural forms. Nous, vous, vous, il, elle, nous, vous, il, elle. All together, je, tu, il, elle, on, nous, vous, il, elle. Got it? Now let's go to our verbs. Verbs are very important. Without verbs, you can't speak. What are verbs? They describe actions. So a sentence needs a subject, and depending on the subject, you have a verb. Alright? So let's look at verbs. Verbs in French are separated into two very huge groups. You either have regular verbs or irregular verbs. Regular verbs, we give you a pattern for each verb. Remember in the beginning, I showed you 3 verbs and I asked you to remember the endings. So depending on the ending of the verb, you have a pattern, a structure, and based on the structure, you break up the word or you conjugate it. Alright? Irregular verbs, like the 3 verbs in the beginning of this presentation, they are irregular. You have to spend time and memorize them. They're 3 very important verbs that we are going to be working a lot with this semester. So I want you to spend time and memorize them now itself. Alright? So the 3 words we saw in the beginning, être, avoir, and aller, they are known as the infinitive form, l'infinitive. They are the infinitive, l'infinitive. In English it is infinitive, in French it is infinitive. What is infinitive? It's something that doesn't end. So a verb really has no ending. The action continues. The infinitive is what we call the mothership, the mother verb. You take it, you play with it, and you transform it or you conjugate it into the present tense or the past tense or the future tense. So this semester we're going to concentrate only on the present tense. Okay, so what is conjugation? Conjugation means I take my subject pronouns on one side, I take my infinitive, my mother verb, on the other side, I fiddle with it, I change it to match the subject. That is known as conjugation. Okay, this is what I was saying. They have to be conjugated, changed, fitted to match the subject pronoun according to the situation. So present tense has a form, future tense has a form, past tense has a form. So avoir, être, and aller, they have no pattern. You have to memorize them. Regular forms follow the same 3 patterns that we saw in the beginning. Look at the ending of the verb. Aller ends in er, avoir ends in ir, and être ends in re. So whether the verbs are regular or irregular, the ending shows you whether it is an infinitive. So finally, all verbs have 3 groups or forms. Let's call it forms. The er form, the ir form, the re form. Now these verbs are divided into 2 huge groups. Regular, where you use the form and you have a pattern, or irregular, which are weird, they're rebels, remember, you have to memorize them. Alright? Okay, let's go to avoir. Avoir, it ends in ir, but it is not regular. It is irregular. You have to memorize it. It means to have. In English, the infinitive is marked by the preposition to eat, to have, to sit, to dance. In French, how do you find it out? You look at the ending. If the word ends in ir or re or er, it is an infinitive. So you have to play with this and match it to your subject pronouns. But this verb, you can't play with it. You just have to memorize it. So the first one is j'ai. The vowel E has been removed from the je because the verb starts with a vowel A. So this means j'ai. J'ai means I have. Now remember, the present continuous doesn't exist in French. So I have or I am having. I am having. The present continuous is not there. You can translate the present tense both into the present tense or the present continuous. I have. Tu as, you have. Choose your subject. See, it hasn't changed. So you have to memorize your subject pronouns. But the verbs have to change with each verbs. Obviously, otherwise you can't speak, right? Il a means he has or it has. Elle a means she has or it has. J'ai, I have. Tu as, you have. Il a, he has or she has. elle a. I'm sorry, il a means he has or it has. Elle a means she has or it has. And on a means one has. One has a lot of courage to come late to my class. Alright? Look at the plural forms. Nous avons. Nous avons. Oh, hold on. I just told you the S shouldn't be pronounced. Why am I pronouncing it here? Because the second word starts with a vowel. Can you see the vowel over here? A is a vowel, just like in English. A. Okay? So when the second word starts with the vowel, the S goes into the second word. So this is nous avons. Nous avons. Nous avons means we have. Let's look at the next one. Again, the second word starts with a vowel. So what do? You split it so that the S goes into the second word. So this is vous avez. Vous avez. Nous avons means we have. Vous avez means you have, plural. Now you can imagine how I'm going to pronounce this. It is not ils ont, but ils ont. The T is silent. Ils ont. They have, masculine. Feminine form, elles ont. Elles ont. Alright, so the S always goes into the second word if the second word starts with a vowel. Alright, nous avons, vous avez, ils ont, elles ont. Let's do it again. J'ai, I have. Tu as, you have. Il a, he has. Elle a, she has. On a, one has. Nous avons, vous avez, ils ont, elles ont. Alright? J'ai, tu as, il a, elle a, on a, nous avons, vous avez, ils ont, elles ont. Can you notice that in nous avons, I do not pronounce the S in nous, in avons. In vous avez, I do not pronounce the Z. In ils ont, plural, I do not pronounce the S. I do not pronounce the T. I pronounce the S in the second word. Okay? So the last consonants are normally not pronounced. That's what I'm trying to say. Once again, j'ai, tu as, il a, elle a, on a, nous avons, vous avez, ils ont, elles ont. Okay. Etre. Etre is a RE verb. If you look at the ending, you know it's a RE verb. Let me circle the RE over here so you understand what I'm saying. RE, it's a RE verb. But remember, it is irregular, so you have to memorize it. The first one you know. Je suis means I am. We've done this in class. I am. So now instead of saying je m'appelle Adeline, you can also say je suis Adeline. Alright? Je suis. Je suis. It's a little like the word ate. Oui. Je suis. I am. Tu es. You are. Il est. He is. It is. Elle est. She is. It is. On est. One is. Alright? Look at the pronunciation of es. I do not say s. I say e. Tu es. est is not est, but e. The same sound. Tu es, il est, elle est, on est. Spelling is different. The sound is the same. Je suis, tu es, il est, elle est, on est. See, there's no pattern. Even in the previous verb, there's no pattern. So you have to memorize this. Okay? Nous sommes, nous sommes, nous sommes, we are. Vous, remember, second word starts with E. Second word is a vowel. So what do? Think, what do? The S goes into the next word. Vous êtes, vous êtes, vous êtes, you are. Ils sont, they are, masculine. Elles sont, they are, feminine. Je suis, tu es, il est, elle est, on est, nous sommes, vous êtes, ils sont, elles sont. So practice the sound, practice the spelling, practice the meanings. 3 things you have to do. Je suis means I am, tu es means you are singular, il est means he or it is, Elle means she or it is. On means one is. Nous sommes, we are. Vous êtes, you are. Ils sont, they are masculine plural. Elles sont, they are feminine plural. Alright? Je suis, tu es, il est, elle est, on est, nous sommes, vous êtes, ils sont, elles sont. Okay, third verb. Aller. Aller, look at the ending. It's an ER verb. Actually, it's the only ER verb that is irregular. Everything else follows the pattern, which we will be doing later. Alright, so aller means it's not to be. I have been lazy. It means to go. Now, let me write it here. To go. Alright, it means to go. Aller is to go. Yes. Same pronouns. Je, tu, il, elle, on, singular. Nous, vous, il, elle, plural. But the verb changes. Je vais means I go or I am going. I am going to Chennai. Je vais. I am going to the classroom. Je vais. I am going home. Je vais. Okay. Je vais. I go or I am going. Tu vas. You go or you will go. Now listen. If you remember the previous verb we did, you do have I am in French. Yes? So you cannot say je suis vais. You cannot put two verbs together. There's only one singular form in French in the present tense. There's no present continuous. So je vais is understood to be either I am going, the am is inside the vais, or it means I go. Remember, you cannot have two present tenses together. Je vais, I am going, I go. Tu vas, you go. Il va, he, she goes. Elle va, she goes. On va, one is going. Alright? Je vais, tu vas, il va, elle va, on va. Now think, how do I pronounce this? Split the S. Nous allons. We are going. Vous allez. You are going. Ils vont, S is silent, T is silent, ils vont, they are going. Elles vont, they are going. Okay, so these are your verbs. Je vais, tu vas, il va, elle va, on va, nous allons, vous allez, ils vont, elles vont. Once again, je vais, tu vas, il va, elle va, on va, nous allons, vous allez, ils vont, elles vont. So spend some time, memorize your subject pronouns, memorize these three verbs. It will take you some time to get it settled in your mind. I'll repeat it again on Thursday and Friday. So happy holiday for today. Au revoir. Bye. Au revoir. À bientôt. See you soon. And if you remember, jeudi is Thursday, so I can say à jeudi, which means see you on Thursday. À bientôt.